Welcome to, for real, day 4 of the Aquarius Experiment. So today is the new moon in Leo, Leo being about courage and strength, and the lioness or the lion, and opposing Aquarius, which is uniqueness. And so it's kind of the having the courage to be unique. So there's that component. But what I'm really here to talk about today is goals versus intentions. So we all have goals, right? You do a couch to 5K, and you start with, you've got usually an end date in mind, as in you've signed up for a 5K race. And so you start off with a half mile, increase to 3/4 of a mile, increase to a mile. And by the date of the race, 3, maybe 6 months later, you are, going to do the 5K. And so that's a goal. And goals are good. Goals are good. Don't discount them because they are important. But intentions are a bit different in that it shifts something. Intentions typically don't have an end date. So I have set intentions that have taken a week, 2 weeks, months, years to come into being. And so if you're familiar with my story, know that in 2019, I moved to California. That was a 10-year long intention that I had set, and it took 10 years for me to actually, have the strength, courage, to make it to California. So intentions are shifting an aspect about yourself to make it happen. And so, and the other thing too is there's a level of surrender to an intention, because when we set an intention that's typically outside of our egoic or our brain's comfort zone, right? There's a level of things that need to happen, as in our nervous system, or it's a shift in your being. It's a shift in how you show up, right? You can't just pop out of the Midwest and pop into California with the same ideologies. There will be a growth, but are you open to the growth? And so sometimes you have to go through some experiences to grow into making that intention happen. And then there's like nervous system things. Like, people think they can just manifest $1 million, and that is so obnoxious to me. Not that I don't think we all shouldn't be millionaires, and that I don't believe in that there's endless amounts of money, because money is energy. But the thing about wanting to manifest $1 million, just like boom, is you're not ready for it. You're not ready to manage what comes along with that, whether it's the taxes about it, or how to invest it, or whatnot, right? It's a matter of intentions are about preparing yourself, your body, your mind, your nervous system, your physical being, to being ready or open to receiving those intentions. And so sometimes we set an intention, and then we have to go through some shit, right? And we're like, what the fuck? I set this intention. How come I have to now go through this, that, and the other thing? Because you have to grow. You have to go through some sort of an ego death. In other words, you have to stop thinking about it and start feeling about it. Going back to that feeling into your physical body. So set intentions on this new moon that are courageous, and acknowledge that there's a level of surrendering to having that intention come into being. So one of my intentions is to publish my newsletter weekly for the next stretch of time. I have at least 5 weekly newsletters to publish. And what comes up for me is oh shit, but I have to do it. I can't schedule it because, I'm not paying for the program, so I can't schedule it. So I have to get up early on the day of. And what happens if I don't publish it till 4 or 5 o'clock, and nobody's going to read it? And am I going to lose subscribers? Am I going to, all of the things, all of the doubts that come up. And then I release the fact that all of those doubts exist. And so what if I don't publish it until 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or if I publish it at 8 a.m.? It doesn't make a difference. And if I lose subscribers, they weren't in line with my work, and I'm okay with that. Same thing with getting subscribers on YouTube or TikTok. It's the same thing, but it's surrendering to, I'm still gonna do the writing for me, because I want to share my story. I want to share how astrology got into my coaching work. So it's a surrender. In other words, why I'm publishing the newsletter has nothing to do with who actually reads it, but has everything to do with me putting my commitment into publishing the newsletter. So think about that, feel into that when you're thinking about your intentions. Are you setting intentions because you want them? You feel good, you're going to feel empowered if for the next 5 weeks you publish a newsletter on Sundays. Or are you doing it just to piss everybody off and say, I'm a rebel, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want no matter what you think of me? That's just being vindictive. And you may go through more crisis because you set that type of intention. But for real, people do that. Like, they rebel against others and they want to. Nothing about my work has ever been to hurt or piss people off. Has it hurt and pissed people off that I've done the work that I've done? Yeah. But that was never my intention. My intention was to find a level of self-love and a level of joy I had never experienced in my life. And that's what my work has been around. My YouTube is all about like practicing talking about astrology, practicing talking about how we can use astrology to, work our lives better. Part of what I do is this project has everything to do with, I'm going to put the Aquarius Experiment out there and I hope people love it. But a lot of it is a commitment to me to show up for me every day and put my own practice what I preach, basically, putting my own practices into play, setting my intentions, taking time for journaling, all of those sorts of things. So really consider who you're setting the intention for and what's behind it. But also, certainly manifesting money, manifesting abundance, and knowing the difference between money and abundance. I've been working on that one myself. So anywho, that's what I have for goals and intentions for this time around. Again, I'm sure this one will come up again. But if you have questions, please leave me a comment. You can private message me if you want, all of those things. But yeah, it's there is a difference. And I just wanted to bring that to the table, but feel into your intentions that you're setting around this new moon or for the month of August. And do they feel good for you? Do they feel like they would bring you happiness? Would it make you happy to practice running? Would it make you happy to practice strength training? Would it make you happy to publish a newsletter or publish a YouTube video? Would it make you happy? That's all that matters. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, all my typical links are below, so check that out. And thank you for watching on TikTok. Do feel free to pop the like button and drop me a comment. Let me know, has the series been helpful for you? I'd love to hear from you. So have a great one and happy new moon.